Welcome back, everybody. This is my last day of ranching before I head on home to my territory. We're gonna feed Big Red. Maybe I'll say bye to poor little Blackie. They know that he's about to die, like, because...
That was the last they heard, was he was about to die.
Yeah, so
Blackie didn't make it, so we might have to go pay tribute to him before Morgan heads back. He's got his duds on, he's got a hat, he's got his flannel, he's got muck boots, he's got actual blue jeans on. He's ready to tear it up. And that's what's happening on Ranching Sodak. Sassy Pants has been in her glory too, because she's got a camera in her hand. Instead of in front of the camera, she's behind a camera. Morgan's fell in love with the dogs. He spent a lot of time hanging out with the dog. Of course, with the rain, it rained about every day, every other day that he was here. So we got little short bits of work in and then a lot of porch time with the dogs. Well, Tiger, are you ready to go feed this calf? Millie will be sad to see him go. Probably Torty was your favorite dog. All right, Morgie, you film me. I decided it was best I mix the milk because Morgan kind of would get it to like cottage cheese, and I felt bad for Big Red.
Correct.
It's gonna time out perfect. Ranching. This is next level ranching. See, the cliff swallows are putting a second level on their house from last year. The horses have got the backyard knocked down enough that I'm gonna kick them out and then let her dry up, and we'll get mowing our backyard finally. What's up, Big Red? You probably better move your hut too, huh? You got anything to say about your experience here or anything?
No, it was cool.
Wonder if our red four-wheeler is gonna start. We did move the red four-wheeler over to the battery charger yesterday. We'll see if we can get that thing fired up. That was supposed to be the machine to move this all the time. Morgan, I think you're ready to drive a four-wheeler? Not quite yet.
Yeah, you carried me on passenger when you weren't supposed to.
Oh, you read the warnings. Morgan was reading the warnings, which I said in South Dakota we don't do that, so...
Well, then you'll be sorry.
I'll be sorry. Chug, chug, chug. You got her, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, let's rinse her out and go get the red four-wheeler. If I ride in the front, in the back, and you ride in the front, I'll be the passenger. What does the warning say? Is the passenger the one gonna be in trouble, or is the driver the one gonna be in trouble?
Oh.
What do you think the chances of this thing starting are? Slim to none? Oh boy, I left the key. Nothing to her. Scooch up, and I'm gonna get on behind you here for protection. Now we're gonna move Big Red's hut. We gotta hook it up to the four-wheeler. Here's your pin, here's your clevis. Ready for some fresh grass, Big Red? I think so, he's sick of the mud. So this has got a hitch hole right there. We'll have to put the, there you go. Yep, you gotta get the pin in there. Nice. All right, we'll pull her ahead, then you can unhook me. Got a motor four-wheel drive, Gary. Morgan's behind the wheel again. We're gonna go pull up a little bit of hot wire. Not too much. Need some more gravel right in this spot. This was our calf feed yard this winter. If you remember back in the videos, I got them out of here April 1st, and this cutting of hay is, well, you can see how tall it is compared to that dog. So with all the rain, we're gonna get a good hay crop off of here. I found the trick is to if you get off by April, you can have this thing just as black as coal all winter long. And if you're off by April, you pretty much got a hay. The alfalfa is still gonna come back. It's probably a 10-year-old stand, so it's pretty well established. All right, we got a little bit of fence, not much, maybe 100 yards is all. And this is all gonna get, I'll disc this and we'll plant some corn here. Secret weapon, engage.
Hi.
We need to go pick up these posts. Epic time lapse of Morgan taking down this fence. Come on, Tiger. Go straight up instead of pulling it. There you go. Got him, huh? All right, let's stack them on the four-wheeler and we're out of here. Now I got Morgan picking rocks. See one, and we're gonna chuck it into the trees. Get him out of the field, launch him into the trees there. Perfect. Now that we got the fence removal down, we're gonna do we've had our horse in the backyard, so we're gonna take that down, let it dry up, and then I should be able to start mowing this and get it all up to snuff. What are you doing? Taking a break or what? All right, I see how you are. There's only 4 posts. You think you can manage that? I don't know. When someone says, put a little pep in your step, that means you're supposed to like this. Here, look at me. Put your shoulders back, lift up your chin. Ow. Put your shoulders back, lift up your chin, and lift up your knees. Huh? No. Yeah, you start on this side, I'll go around and I'll start on the other side. Pep in the step, that might be your new nickname. So I made a deal with Pep in the step I would do from this side, and he's working from the other side. How's it going? Good? Well, let's just make a pile right here and we'll pick these up with the four-wheeler. And let's look at this one here and I'll show you how to take it out, and you can go back and pull that corner one out, okay? So you just got to go over and down. Yeah, pretty easy. I'll get this one. You go back and do that one, and then we'll be able to wind it all up. Look how tall these trees are getting. I planted these trees as babies right here. Look at this. You stand beside this tree, look how tall it is. All right, I'll meet you over by the garage. You get that done and then we'll wind her up. Easy peasy. Probably soda time, huh?
Yes.
Tell everybody about your fencing experience.
It was painful, but now my final job is to go clean out soda so they can fit in more drinks.
It's a big undertaking. It's been kind of your main job, hasn't it been? Yep.
My mom's not even complaining about it.
Oh, what do you think of that? Well, we're sending Morgan and his mom off. Here's January. She made her debut to the channel. She helped with a fence with me the other day, so she's city girl, but she's got a little country in her, so we got it done. But we're gonna send them off here, get some pictures. So what do you want to say, Morgan?
Bye.
Let's do a real one for the video.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
We'll catch you on the next one. It's like Popeyes. You got to get the slogan down. What's the slogan for Popeyes?
Love that
chicken from Popeyes. There's no Popeyes in South Dakota. Only 3.
There are
3 of them. Yeah. Those guys are taking off. So the rest of the day, it's obviously, you can see the puddles. We got another, what was it, a ½ inch of rain the day before last. Yesterday was maybe like 1,500. So it's still too wet for any kind of farming. We've been moving cows, but I think what we're gonna do today is we got 5 H braces to build, push a few posts. The ground's soft enough that I'm able to push with the Merlot. I actually pushed my corner pipe and I've been pushing line posts. So Sassy Pants is gonna help me with that here after dinner. I'm gonna start loading up some stuff, clean out the Sonoma and load up some fencing stuff. A couple days ago, I took that Chevy with the Chester. I crossed a waterway, a grass waterway, full of silt and water, and I got the pickup stuck. So been living out there for a few days. And Sonoma has been getting a treatment of Cadillac. Gets to stay in the garage because I got a bunch of crap in here I didn't want to have to clean out every time it's going to rain. So let's back her out. I keep all my scrap iron all year, and I start a pile right in the middle of my flipping driveway. That way, when fall comes, I'm forced to clean it up. And then I take the money, sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 300. I take the money and I go to Vegas with it. So that's when we go to the National Finals Rodeo. That's the seed money for my gambling. Recycle some iron, clean up the yard. So if you guys have been with us for a while, you know when we when we build our H braces, I bought a bunch of this cable off of, there was some vineyards that were changing out. So I got a whole slug of cable, miles of it, for cheaper than actual wire. So that's what I use for my brace wire, is actual cable. So I got to cut off 30-foot chunks. So I stepped it out and then I got to cut them. So I need 6 of those, so that's what I'm doing here. Got my cables all rolled up. I don't know if you saw this on the time lapse of unloading the T-post, but this post had a tree grown into it. I'm gonna try to whack this thing off of there. I think I can get her. We'll see. It's loose. I think it's just right here. Wish me luck. There's 2 from last year. These will be our twisting tools or twisting apparatuses that'll stay in the H brace. I got 2, I need 4 more. I kind of use scrap iron and oddball posts, which I kind of cleaned up last fall, and I haven't pulled any crappy posts out yet. These are all good, usable T-posts. So I'll have to go over to the shop and kind of see what I find over there. Here's a couple of, see how they don't have a T-post there? Got these wrinkles. They're really no good for fencing. The staples just slide right down. We'll cut these things up into chunks for our twisters. Oh, I was gonna unload this fencer, but I changed my mind. I loaded up this post pounder and a ground rod. We'll go down the road. I need to put a fencer on a fence, and then I won't have to pick that thing back up. All those T-posts I just unloaded were in this old fence, and we tore all the steel out and all the old rotten wood, and there was good wood in this fence line, but it was needed to be cleaned up, and I took all the barb out and I put 3 high tensile wires. I'm going to energize the middle one. I don't put insulators on if it's wood posts. It doesn't need to be insulated, in my opinion. I'll attempt to show you how to put a ground rod in. This is a 6-foot ground rod, and I don't pound them in. If you start the hole, and then I got a little bit of water out of the creek, and you lift the rod out and put a little water in there, and then just keep pounding it down in there, it usually works. So that's 4.5 feet in the ground, no pounding. That'll be good. So I'll take my ground, I got 2 ground rods, and I take a wire and stick it in the ground and then wrap it around the wire that's between the 2 ground rods. And then I always bring my ground up from the bottom, and I have my hot going out the top. Okay, let's fire it up. It's clicking. This thing's running a 1/4 mile here, a mile down there, and there's been no cattle in it this year. So so the grass is touching the wire all over. My guess is it's probably pretty low until they get some of the grass ate off. 2.1, it's not very much, but like I said, once they get the grass ate off, it'll warm her back up, I think. We need 11 pipe posts, a 7 cross stick pallet racking. Epic time lapse. So when I bought all that pallet racking, that whole pile there is heavy channel iron that we used on that metal windbreak. I was getting kind of crazy on that online auction. Anyway, I bought these in a lot. These are more pre-formed, like tubes. They're still structurally strong straight. They're just basically thin metal made into this form. So I'm going to use these as my cross sticks. These are cheaper than a 4-inch by 7-foot post. There's 2 braces that are right along the highway, and I'm going to paint these black so they don't look so out of place against the brown post. But the ones out in the back in the wilderness, I'm just going to leave them. All right, we're off. I'm going to take this. She's going to follow Sonoma. We will meet you down there. Okie dokie, we made her. The wind's blowing good. This is the corner, our first one. You can see how this brace is shot and this post is pulled completely over. You know, the fence is supposed to be over here and our H brace is over here. So we're gonna get this all tore out and put a brand new pipe corner in right here. And look at this. Bonus find. More time lapsing. Now we're gonna pull them all out. Drive in right here. And then just stop right here, and then we'll unload our pipe. So we need 3 pipe, 2 that way, a center one there, and then 1 here. 2 cables, 2 twisters, 2 cross sticks. Up. I should have torched these off at home. There, we're gonna paint these now, just a light black paint so they don't stick out so much, I guess. Then I got my come along, and I'm gonna start pulling these wires and tying everything back together. We'll throw a couple of wires around this, and then this is the fence here that I need to push a few line posts, maybe 15 or so line posts in that run there. Well, we got her painted. A little flat black action, took that gray light blue out of the picture. That's gonna looks more like a post from a distance. So now she's gonna bring me the wires. I'm gonna use the come along and stretch them up. This is a come along. On the end of it, I don't know the name of these things. I don't know the name of this piece of equipment. Anyways, you put the wire in here and then it gets tight. As it tightens up, holds it. I've never broke the wire with this thing. And you've seen how fast and versatile it is to have this versus trying to get a goldenrod stretcher down in here you're so limited on how much working area you have. And we're able to pull, you know, a foot or foot and a half or whatever it might be, instead of having to rebite or have two goldenrods. You know, these things are the same price virtually as a goldenrod stretcher. Well, that's probably the price of a goldenrod stretcher, and this, you can find these cheap anywhere. Anywho, more time lapsing. We're gonna do this side.
Well, we're wrapping it up here at the corner with our H brace. It's kind of snazzy. And we are now headed off to take another one.
So here's the other one. As you can see, pulled out of the ground all the way virtually. Put it how it was. If it was mine, I would put an H brace there, and H brace there, and I'd put a gate here actually for grazing that cornfield. But let's just build it back the way it was. Well, folks, we got her. We got to leave early today because our pastor is retiring. They're having a supper for him tonight, so we got to go whip something together. So we had a good time with Morgan. Oh boy, business call. All right, hang tight. Hello. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna let Morgan give you the sign off. He prepared one earlier. Here she is, boys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.